Hey, everybody. My name is Duchess, and this is where we talk about true crime and missing cases. Thanks for joining me on this Friday night. We have quite an interesting case to talk about tonight, and I want to thank everybody for joining me. Also, I want to apologize for my neighbor who is revving his motorcycle up right now. If you guys can hear it, I apologize. You guys know it is Memorial Day weekend here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So the bikers are out riding. And so if you hear that in the background, I apologize in advance. I have a couple of special guests that are joining me tonight. First, we have Sara Carmichael, which is Marissa Carmichael's mother. Thank you, Sara, for joining me tonight for this live stream.
You're
And
welcome.
also, we have AJ Always Something, who has been a special guest on my channel before to talk about the Tyler Doyle case. So, AJ, I want to welcome you back. Thank you for also joining me for tonight's panel.
Thank you, Duchess. Hi, everybody.
So, let's just go back over to the chat center. Thank you so much for joining the membership. Welcome to the Dutch Bus.
Give me a hoe if you got your funky bus fare. There's a double Dutch bus coming down the street, moving dirty, that's so kind of shuffle low beach. Get on the bus, pay your fare, then tell the driver that you're going to a double Dutch affair.
Thank you, Center, for joining the membership. That was the very first thing I saw when I came in today. So I just wanted to say thank you, Center, so much for doing that. Hey, Allie and Michelle. Mods, we have explicit rules. I believe they have dropped the rules in the chat. We're not going to allow any harassment of Miss Sara tonight while she's here to share the story about her missing daughter. So this is just a warning to let everybody know that we are not going to tolerate any of, no, today is not the day. So if you come in here and start talking a bunch of jive and saying things against Sara or her family, the mods will escort you to the door because we are not going to tolerate that kind of behavior. Hey, Kathy, ain't got time for BS. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Mind of Monsters, Doodlebug Fart. So good to see you always. Sarah Tequila, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Hey, Arctic Fox, hope you're doing good. When I brought your name up, Sara knew who you were. So that was good. Hey, Sally Mae, glad to see you here. Hey, Shyla, good to see you. I hope you're doing well, love. Appreciate y'all joining me on this Friday night. I think you guys are going to really want to hear the information that we have to talk about. Hey, Truth Seeker. Good to see you. Hey, Cat's Eye. Thank you for being here. Hey, Tracy. You got your size 10 boot ready? Well, you may have to use it. So, hey, Victoria. Thank you for being here. Hi, Kimberly. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing good. So I want to get over here and let me get over to my brand because I want to get up here to Marissa's poster. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this case and then I'm going to ask Sara some questions. There's some questions that I want to ask. And then she has a lot of information that she wants to share with you guys. And we have a lot to talk about. So this is Marissa's flyer that I made. Marissa Kay Carmichael was last seen on January the 14th of 2024. And this was in Greensboro, North Carolina at the EXXON station at 809 East Market Street in Greensboro. That is Guilford County, North Carolina. Marissa is 25 years old. She is a biracial female. She has black and blonde braids. She has brown eyes. She's 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs about 260 pounds. And according to her family, Marissa went to the gas station after leaving a nightclub. And at the EXXON station, she called 911 saying that she had been robbed. She said, I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff thrown out of the car and he took off with my phone and I have no clue where I'm at. And that's what she told the dispatchers. And we're going to listen to that 911 call tonight. She has a heart tattoo on her face and a butterfly near her eye. Miss Carmichael was last seen wearing a white Tweety Bird t-shirt, blue jeans, and yellow sneakers. If you have an anonymous tip or if you know any information about what may have happened to Marissa Kay Carmichael, please make sure that you reach out. You can call Crime Stoppers at 336-373-1000, or you can leave an anonymous tip online at P as in Paul 3tips.com. This case has really bothered me since I first saw that she went missing, because this is back home in North Carolina where my family is from. And AJ reached out to me to let me know that she was speaking to Marissa's mother and that there was a lot of information that people did not realize that was going on in this case. So that is why it's really important that we have this conversation, because I want to ask Miss Sara some questions, and I want her to give us the information that she feels like is going to possibly help find the best possible answers as to what really happened to her daughter. So, Sara, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will make sure that no one disrespects you in this podcast. We just don't allow that. How would you describe Marissa to us?
She's very caring, very nurturing. She's hardworking, family oriented. She's just got a great heart. She's the life of the party. She just makes everything fun.
She has such a beautiful face. She looks a lot like you, Mom. And you have another daughter too. How does she feel about this? Oh, did we lose her? I think we just lost Miss Sara. Miss Sara, if you're out there, she might have went to the moon. She might need to come back. She might have lost her internet signal. Are you there, AJ? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm
Okay.
messaging her right now and tell her to just click back on the same link.
Yeah, because sometimes that happens. Listen, I've kicked myself off my own live stream before
I
because
kicked myself off your live stream too.
we've both done it. Here she comes.
Okay.
Here she is.
Hit a button.
Oh, there she is.
Marissa would do anything for her friends. If we were going on a trip or an activity, her friends could go. If there was food, she would order for them. If they were going out for a night, if she got an outfit, they would get an outfit. On and off since she was about 13, she's always had friends that would come and stay with us. She's just all about her babies.
She seems, and she has 5 children. Is that correct?
Yeah. Me and Marissa and Emma, we have our own secret language that nobody knows. We call it gibberish. So the 3 of us could speak our own language to each other and nobody would know what we were saying.
Oh, that's so sweet. Look at these babies. They are precious. And I know they must miss their mom very much.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you, in your own words, can you tell me exactly what happened the day? What can you tell me about the day that you found out that Marissa went missing?
Well, I thought that she was at her job for 3rd shift. And
where does she work at?
Waffle House.
Okay.
And when I woke up around 1 o'clock that day, I had said, to her friend that lived with us, where's Marissa? And I said, did she work a double? And the girl said, no, we went to the club last night. And I said, well, where's she at then? And she said, I don't know. I'm gonna go and find her. Never. Then she never returned back. She moved out and left all of her belongings here. Um, I picked up my phone and I seen a missed call from 6 o'clock that morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I started. I tried to call and nobody answered. And I started texting, and it was the we'll call him person number 3, the last one that was with her, and automatically nothing he said made any sense, and so I filed a missing person report, and from there I started contacting people and ended up at the Airbnb, just searching for things. And when I filed the missing person report on the 14th, they had said they couldn't do anything until that Tuesday because Monday, the following day, was Martin Luther King Day.
Right.
So they didn't get out there and start anything until about 48 hours later. And
Wow.
I kept texting this man and texting this man, and I said, give me an address to come and get her. And he sent an address, and it was the address to a sheet store. And so I knew something was really, really wrong. Marissa wouldn't home or be in touch.
Right. Now, there
Miss
is a Facebook group too called Bring Marissa Carmichael Home. And this is the Facebook group where you can find the mom and other people in the community that are helping to search for her and are advocating for her family. There is another group apparently that's out there that you've been kicked out of. Is that true, Sarah?
Yeah, I got they actually made a video last night saying that somebody had confessed something to them, and she knows these things. So I automatically sent the video to the detective, and I told him, you really need to question her because she's stating she knows things.
Mm, that does sound concerning. So, you sent me a lot of screenshots that you wanted me to go over, so we're going to be taking a look at those. And I thought that the most interesting part of the story that you told me was that she has a friend that was living with y'all because Marissa lived with you. And this, tell me about this girl that was living in your home, because she ties into this heavily about, going out to this club. Talk to me about what happened
Yeah,
with that.
she had that Saturday. Um, I'd slept on the couch most of the day, and Marissa slept with me. We took a nap. She was preparing for third shift. My daughter told me that this girl kept saying, "Let's go to the club, break. Let's go to the club." And they left, and they went to the club, and this girl left her behind, and she took an Uber back here, and I sent you that screenshot at 4:47 in the morning. Now that's an hour after Marissa called 911. She stated she needed, a ride. She needed to get home, and the girl took an Uber from Greensboro back here to my home and did not bring Marissa with her.
which is the question that I had too, Duchess. I wanted to know, where did the girl take the Uber from? She wasn't at the gas station, right?
No, she has it. She herself kind of tried to black out the name of the street, but I'm thinking it was Stanley because I've
Okay.
looked and looked. It looks like it would have said Stanley.
Do we know if that
Black.
passes by where Marissa was at the gas station?
I'm not sure. I'm not very familiar with Greensboro.
Okay.
That is very interesting. And I have so many screenshots, it's hard to even upload those, but I do have one here from Naja. And who is she texting when she's saying that I don't want my name dropped?
Oh, good question.
To me, and to my other daughter, Emma.
And I see that somebody said, well, I've been setting up stuff with the news people. Don't drop my name at all. I'm in danger.
Okay, but this is my question, Duchess. If I tell you that, wouldn't you wonder, like, how does she know she's in danger? I mean, if you don't know that something happened, how do you know you're in danger? What are you in danger from?
Exactly. And then she said, I know what I'm talking about, or something like that. And I've sent all this to the detective, because
That's
that
good.
just how do you know she's in danger? How do you know you're in danger? And you
That's what I'm
say,
saying.
I
Like,
know what I am.
what was she
So
scared
I
of?
know,
Who was she scared of?
I know she knows so much more, whether she helped set it up, whether she knew what was going to happen. She just knows a lot more. And her
So,
stories have changed so much.
so the day that Marissa went missing, she was supposed to go into work, but she called into work to go to the club with her friend Naja. And when after this all happened and Naja left her there, took an Uber home, no one mentioned to you that she was out at the club? You didn't know anything till the next morning when you got up?
Correct. She didn't wake me up and tell me that Marissa was in trouble, or Marissa needed a ride, or that her phone had been stolen from her. Nothing.
That's another question, though. How did Naja find out that Marissa's phone? Because my thing is, if you just take an Uber, you leave the club, you're tired, you done had one too many drinks. How does she find out about any of this unless she talked to Marissa? And then if she talked to her, whose phone did she talk to her on?
She talked to Marissa off of Sean's phone after the 911 call, right before she took the Uber back here. So she had the chance to get Marissa to get the Uber with her, and they could have shared the Uber, but she
That's
didn't.
what I was. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Now, when we're talking about Sean, we're talking about a gentleman that you explained to me is someone that Marissa is not dating, that she doesn't even really know, but apparently this man right here has been stalking her for about 3 years. And
Yeah.
he I guess somehow in this course of events that took place, they leave the club, they go to this Airbnb. She ends up getting dropped out of this car at the EXXON station. How does Sean tie into all of this?
I know that.
He's at the EXXON station. Is that from what I understand? You were explaining to me that you believe he was there.
Yeah, he was seen at the Airbnb too,
Wow.
by a girl that, and how it all ties is Janaja and her boyfriend know Jersey. And Jersey knows Sean. Now Janaja's saying she doesn't know Jersey, but the night she met her boyfriend is the same night Marissa met Jersey. The four of them were hanging out that night, back about a year ago.
Here's Naja right here. And I don't have Jersey's uploaded. I had so many screenshots, StreamYard wouldn't let me upload all of them, but I believe I have. Here is
Yeah.
Jersey in the bottom right-hand corner on here. And then we have Sean on the left. And these two people, obviously, we have concerns about both of these gentlemen. apparently there's they're involved in drugs, they're involved in prostitution, and among other things. And you expressed to me that you had your concerns that Marissa may have been involved in some type of trafficking situation. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, that's what I don't know why that even came into my head, but I had a feeling maybe that it's a possibility. And then when I watched and the missing persons team that helps me, they watched and followed him, and he's just constantly at motels with multiple women back and forth, in and out, car to car. So that
with the
that
guy
really
standing
kind of,
outside watching his back.
yeah, and that kind of cemented that, okay, that's the kind of business that he's in.
Mm,
And
that doesn't.
been prostitutes that have spoken out and said, he tried to hold me hostage. He tried to keep me. One girl moved to Raleigh to get away, but these women will not speak to the police, and they're all terrified of him.
Oh my goodness. So during this, as you've been searching, going to these hotels, trying to get information to see, keeping an eye out because maybe this may lead to finding Marissa, you
Yeah.
were able to find two other people that were being trafficked. Is that correct, Sarah?
Yes. It was one 14-year-old girl, and then was a 16-year-old girl that was just walking the street, confused in the middle of the night. And
Oh,
people from Missing Person Foundation, um, they actually took the one girl to the police department, and because she wasn't from this state, she just had to walk out with no help at all.
wait,
Oh my,
wait. I'm sorry. Wait. What?
wow.
Yeah, she was obviously drunk. She couldn't say what city she was from. She could barely talk on a corner, and some of the search party were out there and spotted her and took her into the police department. But she couldn't say what city she was from, and she wasn't a missing person down here, so she wasn't helped at all.
Would that possibly be the same police department that the call for help was dispatched to for your daughter?
Probably.
I can't be surprised. Sorry.
Yeah. So how do you think this happened? Do you feel like this was a situation that was premeditated, or do you think tell me what your thoughts are that could have transpired at trying to get Marissa to lay out of work and not tell you that she was going to call into work and go to the club. What do you think happened, Sarah?
I think it was a setup in some sort of way, because it the way everything just happened, they're not all coincidences. That Sean was everywhere she was that night, and that he just was at the gas station when she was tricked to get out of the other guy's car. And why would he throw?
Oh, we just lost your sound.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Repeat what you
I
just
think
said at the end.
the fact that he threw her purse out but kept her phone. Her phone is, what would have enabled her to contact somebody to get home. And
Now,
him
have you
taking her
reached
phone.
right? Have you I know you're working with the detective there at the Greensboro Police Department. Have you been able to seek a help from a private investigator? I know that can be expensive, and a lot of times they don't work for free. So I'm just
No,
curious if you.
I've looked into it, and it was just way out of my means.
Right. And because you obviously have a lot of things going on in your life this is making it even more difficult with Marissa being missing. I mean, you're already going through a lot And I know that you need to
Yeah.
find these answers. So I hope that you're going to be able to do that. Now, you did send me this picture right here, and this is a picture of the purse that was taken at the gas station at the EXXON when she made the 911 call. So this is the purse that you guys are looking for that's missing.
I have a question. Does anybody know if he went inside, if Sean ever went inside, or if he was just standing out waiting for her?
He went inside the store. In the background, at the end of the 911 call, he says, "Do you need a ride?" And Marissa said, "To my house." He came in the store. I'm waiting to see the video, but yeah, he came into the store.
Huh.
Yeah, this
He's
this
on video.
just doesn't it
And
just doesn't sound good at all.
it
This
doesn't.
whole
It doesn't.
situation.
And the guy who dropped her off, is anybody found out who he was, or that left her?
His real name is Antoine Green.
Perfect.
Antoine
And
Green. Okay, well, I will definitely have to look into that.
he is with her at the store, but on camera, it's seen he did not. And when the FBI pinged it off the tower, they pinged it, and then he admitted he had threw it out in that area.
Okay,
Okay.
wait a second. That just, am I hearing that right? So you were wanting to take the phone for a reason, but then you throw it out. So that means you intentionally took it so she couldn't call nobody.
That's
But
what it
now,
sounds like.
but see, now we're running into a mess, because whose phone did she use to call 911?
The EXXON.
Oh, okay,
The phone
okay.
of the
Okay, so it wasn't Sean's phone. Sean didn't hand her the phone and say, "Here, use my." Okay, gotcha. That makes more sense.
Wow.
And it's just a coincidence that he said, "Go in the store and buy something," and then he takes off, and then
I don't
boom,
believe in
there's
coincidences.
Sean.
Yeah, I don't believe in coincidences. Not when
No.
the response is like he gave you in a text. I'm gonna tell you now, if somebody messages me and says, "Let my daughter go, I'm begging you," I'm gonna be like, "Oh no, this woman really thinks I took her daughter, and we're gonna go through 9 kinds of hell for me to convince you that I didn't." I am not going to respond the way he did. That is insane to me.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
such a sickening feeling.
I'm just going to pull up something here on Google Earth, because I want to actually just be able to look at this area, because there's a lot of questions that I'm sure people, if you're not from this area, if you're not from Greensboro, you may not be familiar with that area. So I'm going to pull it up on a map, and then I want you guys to just watch a couple of videos that I have. Let me get over here and pull this up.
And while you're doing that, Duchess, I've seen people say, "Oh, well, he let her use his phone," and I want to clear this up. And maybe I'm mistaken, but if somebody's going to do something to somebody, it's not that they're not going to let you use their phone. But wasn't the number that she called a text now number? When
Yes.
she called you? Okay, so yeah, he might have let her use the phone, but he had that screen open like, "You're going to use text now," because he don't want it coming from his real phone. That's just to get the heat off him, and it's going to lead to the conclusion that it led to with the detectives. Oh, he wouldn't have let her use the phone if there was something nefarious, but that's not true. He didn't want his real number out there.
He was trying to make her feel.
And that's what they do.
I'm just pulling this.
And, you know, I can't really speak on the whole. I find it very odd that you're going to look for your friend whose home you stay in and you don't come back. But I can't speak on the whole friend word of it, because me growing up, if we leave together, we go together, we're leaving together all the way around. That's just how it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would you convince her all day to go out and then leave
Leave
and
her.
split from her?
Now this EXXON, that's right by Bennett College, right? That's what I'm thinking. That's the EXXON that it is. I'm going to
Well,
show you
is
my
it
screen.
839 Market or 893? I only know that Market because that's what the dispatcher lady says when the police lied.
When the police lied?
That's what do you call it? That's what they did. They lied. They dropped the ball. They didn't help this girl,
We're
and it's
definitely
not
going to
okay.
listen to that 911 call. Let me get down here. I need to look at something real quick. Yeah, 809 East Market Street
809.
is where it is. Yeah. Okay, so clear this out. I'm pretty sure that I have it on the right one.
You know, the weird thing about all this to me is there's another dispatch call, Duchess, and I haven't even told you this yet. There's another dispatch call, and they claimed that the only people at the Airbnb was 8 females, and we know that that's not true. And what 8 females is going to go to an Airbnb by themselves?
Okay,
It's the bridal party.
Here we have the EXXON. The EXXON station is right here. You can see my green mouse circling it right here. So this is East Market right here out in front. Bennett College should be over here somewhere, I believe. Let me scroll. Oh, here's Bennett College down here. So you have the EXXON station here. Whereabouts, how far was this Airbnb location from this EXXON, Sarah? Do you know?
We can't hear you, hon. Your audio.
Maybe 2 blocks.
Oh, wow. That street begins with a G, correct?
We walked when we did the protest from the Airbnb to the EXXON, so it's only a couple of blocks.
Okay, so just to clarify.
Wow, so it's like literally over here.
Was the
because
Airbnb
here's
trip
all these.
before the EXXON?
I didn't hear you.
Was the Airbnb trip before the EXXON, like it was the club, the Airbnb, and then she got left at the EXXON?
Yes. Yes. Jersey was supposed to bring her home.
Wow. And if he was at the Airbnb too, Duchess, then of course he knew where she was going.
So it has to be in one of these little places over here. And as you can see, this right here is North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State. That's a huge college in this area.
I
right
believe
here. And you can see that this EXXON is just right there at this campus.
Yeah, and the 117 bar is in the same, really close to the EXXON and Airbnb. They're all really close together.
Wait, say that again?
The 117 bar and lounge that she was at is right there, EXXON and the Airbnb.
Yeah, and I'll show you how that look. Greensboro is a very large area, but East Market, it kind of cuts through the center of town. And if you follow East Market, all the way through North Carolina A&T, like if you come through all of this area, it takes you, you can see it just cuts right through the middle all the way out through 40. See, there's I-40 right there.
I don't think that they were ever at his house when he texted Miss Sarah back and said that. Didn't he text you and say that she was sleeping? Sarah?
It might be her audio again.
Yeah. She looks like she's frozen.
I
can still
hear. Hold on, I'm trying to hit the button.
Okay.
Can you see her?
But I can still hear
Take your time.
what's going on.
As much as I hate to say it, I mean, this is a high crime area because it's right next to these college campuses. So,
Do we know who the Airbnb was rented by?
I did get that information. Yes, I do have in my
You don't have
screenshot.
Yeah, you don't have to share it out loud if you don't feel that's the safe thing to do. But somebody did get it.
Yes, I did get that information.
okay. Let's play the 911 call.
Yes.
And I don't really I haven't actually heard this particular video of the 911 call. The call that you have, AJ, is there more on it than what is released here in the news?
Oh, mine's not a call. Mine's the police talking.
Oh, yours is the police talking?
Mine is the police talking with they lying butt.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I
mine was
guess
a
we need to hear this
conversation
one, and then I need to
between
hear
two
what
police.
you have.
Please.
Okay. All right, here we go.
I'm not able to hear it. Is it playing yet?
Do you guys hear it? Can you guys hear it in the
I
chat?
can't hear.
Are you able to hear it?
I'm not.
What about you, Sarah? You're not able to hear it?
No.
No sound? Let's try it again. Just if you put it in there for me, babe, on the counter, I'll come get it in just a minute. Thank you. All right, give me 1 second. I love you. Thank you. Hold on, I have a puppy present. Hang on 1 sec. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Let's try to share this again.
You know of, right, Sarah? For
Huh.
911? There was only one phone call to 911 that you're aware of, right?
Yes, from Marissa. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again. All right, y'all let me know in the chat if you can hear it.
Guilford Metro 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I needed the contact to the non-emergency number.
It comes into the same center. I can try to help you while I have you on the phone, and I can give you the number
Okay,
for
yes.
future
I
use.
I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff throughout the car. He took off with my phone. I have no clue where I'm at. I have no numbers.
Are
no,
you on
nothing.
Are you at a business?
I am at a store, yes. I'm at a Synergy.
Are you at an Exxon?
Is
It
this
looks like you're at
EXXON?
801 East Market.
Okay, it's an EXXON, yes.
Okay, what's your name?
Okay, who is that yelling in the background?
I'm glad you asked it because I want to know.
Okay, I got
I
to.
don't know.
Was it
I
the
can hear
worker?
some man in the background going rah 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 rah.
I wonder if
got-
it was the worker.
Yeah. Until
I'm
I'm
gonna
able to
rewind
see the video, I don't know who that is in the background.
Are you at an Exxon?
Is
It
this
looks like you're at
EXXON?
801 East Market.
Okay, it's an EXXON, yes.
Okay, what's your name? Are you hurt and needed an ambulance?
No, I'm not. But I mean, like, he told me to come into the store and grab some shit and, like, took off on me. And I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Greensboro. He took my phone. I don't have my phone. Yes, back to my house.
That's the part where Sean.
What are you wearing so officers can identify?
Go ahead.
Wait, can we hear that again? Back that up a little bit, please, if you can, Duchess, because that was Sean.
Yeah.
Wow.
Grabbed some shit and, like, took off on me. And I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Greensboro. He took my phone. I don't have my phone. Yes, back to my house.
All right, what are you wearing so officers can identify you
No,
when
he
they
took
get
my
there?
shit. You said what?
What are you wearing so officers can identify you when they get there?
I'm wearing some blue jeans and a white shirt with some yellow sneakers. That's not gonna help my problem though, ma'am. I'm stuck all the way in Greensboro and I don't know where I'm at.
Okay, you just told me you're at an Exxon.
Yes, but
Okay,
in order for me to get back home, I don't have any of my contacts.
Okay, I'm going to send an officer out there to see if they can help you in any way.
Okay.
All right, they'll be there as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Sarah, do you think that anything about the way that Marissa sounds on this 911 call, does she sound like her normal self? Talk to me about what
She
you
doesn't
hear
sound.
on this call.
She just sounds a little disoriented because she has been to Greensboro before, maybe not that part, but she sounds a little disoriented. And just for her to get into a car with somebody she doesn't know is what the hardest thing for me to understand. So she had to have just not been, in her right state of mind. Something
Right.
was going on there.
Right. And Alpaca Maid, Sean is not the Exxon clerk. Sean
No.
is, well, he is a man of nefarious things on the streets.
Yeah.
And has been stalking her via his Facebook for 3 years. And what a coincidence that her friend Naja gets her to go to the club, but then apparently they go to this Airbnb. Who knows what's transpired? She gets in a car with somebody that she doesn't know because apparently her friend that she goes with leaves her there by herself and takes an Uber home. Now, this lady, this Naja was living with you and Marissa at your house. Tell me how that ended up. I mean, did she continue to live at your house after the day that Marissa went missing?
No, the day Marissa went missing, she left and said, "I'll go find her," and then never returned, never got any of her belongings.
Naja left all of her belongings at y'all's house and she just left?
Yes.
Oh my. And also, now Marissa had a previous person she was involved with that is the father of her children. And obviously, they had a strained relationship, and that is why they were not together anymore. But as of recent, before Marissa went missing, she had been seeing someone else for a very short period of time. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. And that person that she had been out with, I think you said they dated maybe like a month.
Yeah.
What's come of him?
He hasn't reached out to us at all. When he would be here and Naja would be here, he was rude. He could not stand her. And as of now, they are best buddies and working together and spending a lot of time together.
Really?
Wow.
I
Okay.
don't believe in coincidences personally.
neither.
And
Yeah.
would you say Marissa would consider Naja to be like a best friend, or how would you describe
No,
their relationship?
I've got, messages between my daughters and messages with me and Marissa where, she felt, to be such a beautiful girl, she wasn't a mean girl. She felt bad and wanted to help her friend. But towards the end, Marissa was feeling uncomfortable with her being so clingy. When Marissa would work third shift and Naja did not have to work, she would sit there all night at Waffle House and watch her work. And, Marissa was, trying to change her work schedule because it was just, Marissa said she was trying to pull away a little bit.
Okay. So knowing about Jersey and Sean being affiliated in the same circles, which is not good, out there on the streets of Greensboro, what would you want the local community to know about what's happened to your daughter? Do you feel that there is a problem with these two men on the bottom of this picture here?
Oh, yeah. I don't believe women are safe with them running around, especially Sean, because what I've seen with him, getting girls out of cars and into other cars. Motel workers have said he's in and out with different women all the time. No, I don't think Greensboro is safe with either one of them, and they obviously have no, because I begged Sean and I'd even said, my daughter's not a snitch, just let her go, and we won't say nothing, just let her go, and he just, I didn't do nothing. I was being a good guy. I was trying to help her, but clearly on the tape you offered to bring her home and you didn't bring her home.
Sarah,
And he said,
it's been 131 days since Marissa has been missing. 131 days. Do you feel like Marissa is nearby? Do you think that Marissa is out there somewhere alive?
I'm holding hope, but my mind goes back and forth. And it's just because maybe so many people, especially from that group, are saying, she's not here no more, she's gone. But the detective said to keep hope, and he has hope. And I'm terrified if it is a trafficking. Maybe she's been moved somewhere far where we're looking and looking in Greensboro, but somebody in that group of people knows something. They know something. They probably know everything, and they just continue to lie and lie.
What would your message be to anyone who knows anything about what happened to Marissa?
Make an anonymous call, please. Even if it's just for her babies, just make an anonymous call, because either way we need to know where she's at. If we can get her home or not, we need to know, because the not knowing is just, it's so unfair. And imagine if it was your daughter or your sister or your mom, or somebody close to you.
How would you like the case to be treated by police? Do you think they're
Well, I
taking
would
this seriously?
No, they dropped the ball from the very beginning with the 911 call. With the 911 call, and then
They
I
sure
don't
did.
understand what Martin Luther King Day had to do with the missing person. I mean, you still got to work cases. I reported her missing within hours, so they should have been right on it right there, and they should have been on Sean from the very first minute, because of the text that I had from him. She was with him in his car. He said 30 minutes, but the detective said, by the screenshots I sent him, she was with him well over 2.5 hours. It was 28 minutes from the EXXON to the house. I mean, that alone, the timeline, you're lying about the timeline alone.
Right?
Arctic Fox says, Sarah, is it all right for Duchess to provide me with your contact information to give to my private investigator friend?
That's
Yes,
why I
please.
like Arctic Fox.
Thank you, Arctic. I really appreciate that so very
Definitely.
much. I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
And Crime Stoppers is involved. They are on the missing flyer. They are taking tips also, along with Greensboro Police Department. And you've told me that you sent me a lot of screenshots of different conversations and things like that. So, and you said that you have turned all of this information into the detectives.
Yes. Sometimes at 4 in the morning, I'm sending him screenshots, and I just lay and I think and I think. And if somebody said something, but that didn't make sense, let me go back and look at this. And, I'm constantly sending him, back and stuff. And I feel like I've kind of got him, I've given him information to where he's responded back. So I'm hoping that means, okay, he's on to something by information that I've sent him.
Wow.
Well, hopefully they are busy collecting information.
Not if they're 1022 and calls, they're not.
Yeah, I do want to hear your call. And can you tell me if Jersey or Sean have been questioned by the police?
They have, well, Jersey, he lied. He said that they searched his house and his car. I now know that's not true, because it takes a minute for a warrant to come back. And so why he would say that, I don't know. But they have talked to them several times.
I wonder if they were at that gas station that night.
And I had mentioned, pressing charges against him for stealing her phone, but he's going to wait on that to see, if he can keep investigating and wait a little bit.
Wow.
Okay.
Not to get people to not cooperate, sort of thing.
Right. Now, I did send you the information on the Q missing, which Q is Community United Effort, and they have search and rescue teams. They're located in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I did send you that information, and hopefully, they'll be able to help give you some resources, because I know with your help, it's very difficult for you to get out there and do these searches. And I know you still have areas that is near the EXXON station that you guys are wanting to search because you're still wanting to see if they threw her pocketbook out or if you can find any other information. Talk to me about that. How many searches have been done for Marissa, and what are the plans for future searches for Marissa in that area?
Well, since the very first day, there were searches started, and I don't know how many searches I've been on, quite a few. But I know Missing Person Foundation, they're out there almost, every day for the last 4 months searching. And, you know, when they go to do river searches or fields or woods or creek, I don't go on those searches because I don't want to see something that I'm not going to be able to come back from.
I understand.
But there have also been a lot of searches, with the police, and they've went out and searched areas. They don't give me a lot of information on that, but I know they have.
Of course they don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the dark with so much.
And you are her next of kin. Marissa wasn't like married or separated or anything like that, right?
No, she's at home with Mama.
I guess my confusion is, so the missed call, you call it back because you don't know whose number it is, and you're not at that point thinking anything totally bad. It's, you just don't know where she's at that point, correct?
Yeah.
And he answers the phone and tells you that she's asleep. Is that correct?
He doesn't answer. He texts, and I said, "Who is this?" And then he tells me that he had given my daughter a ride. Or I'm not sure how it all started, but yeah, he said that she was asleep, and then he said that she had walked to the store, and this is in January, and she didn't have a coat.
So you just somebody's mama calls your phone, Duchess, or texts your phone, and you text back, and you know that they're worried, and then you don't say nothing or make them call before they walk to the store? Like that doesn't even...
Yeah.
That does not make any sense at all, for sure.
And then he said that she had family in Cumberland Courts, which is directly across from EXXON. And I said, no, she has no family over there. And we searched through Cumberland Courts and put flyers everywhere. Mm-hmm. And by videos, he did not drop her off 30 minutes later at Cumberland Apartments.
Because she was in the car, you said, with him more than 2.5 hours, not 30 minutes, correct?
Correct.
And we know that he was stalking her for 3. You know what? With that being said, Duchess, I don't know if it was a setup or if this was more he's seen a chance to make his move on somebody that he's been so infatuated with. And when she turned him down, which is another thing I wanted to ask you, is Marissa, I don't even know how to ask it. I guess you could say like a fighter. Like me, I'm a fighter. My little sister, she's going to try to like get her way up out of anything. Was Marissa like a fighter type person?
Yeah, if she was being attacked or, somebody was attacking, a friend of hers had been making fun of her disabled son. She went over there and, took a charge and whooped her butt.
Okay, so she's not just going to sit there and be like timid and...
No.
I don't think they ever made it. I don't think they ever made it to his house like he claims.
Yeah.
No. And we can never get an address. It's always motels. So what house was she asleep at that was supposedly his?
That's a good question. This is an article that I found from Fox News. This was on March the 14th. Marissa Carmichael has been missing for 2 months after vanishing from Greensboro gas station. And this is the most recent clip that I have.
Well, we're nearing 2 months as a Greensboro mother was last seen or heard from. Marissa Carmichael disappeared back on January the 14th. Surveillance video from the EXXON gas station on East Market Street in Greensboro show her on camera that night after leaving a nearby nightclub. The Greensboro Police Department has been in touch with her family since she went missing, and they tell them it's out of character for her to not have any contact with them. The GPD is asking anyone who may know where she is or sees her to immediately give them a call. You can also call Crime Stoppers and remain anonymous.
Did that just say the GPD? What's the GPD?
We'll be there in 2 months as a Greensboro.
That's the Greensboro Police Department.
Oh yeah, duh. Okay, yeah. I could care just based off that one thing. Like no. They could have got to Marissa in time. They could have went straight.
So now, from what I understand, Sarah, you explained to me that the police were delayed in going out to the EXXON station. They did actually not dispatch an immediate call to go out there. In fact, they didn't come to check on Marissa until much later because they said they do not respond for emergencies such as my cell phone was stolen. However, there was that was not
it was dispatched immediately. They just didn't go.
So AJ, do you want to share your screen and play this other dispatch audio that I don't have?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
So let me see how this.
Guys, while we're waiting, please take time to like this stream and share this stream out to get the information that Marissa Carmichael's mother, Sarah, is sharing with us about her missing daughter. She needs to find out what happened to Marissa so that she can bring her home and find the answers for her and for Marissa's 5 children. It's so important that we get out this information. You can see that Sarah's very distraught. I mean, this is her daughter. She loves her. She misses her so very much. And she is not getting the answers that she deserves and needs for her grandchildren and for herself. And Marissa has a sister. You could only imagine how this is tearing them apart, not knowing what has happened to Marissa.
And so many and I had said yesterday, I just want Marissa to get home and see all the people that has been, missing her and, messaging her and, sharing all her stuff. I want her to get home to see just how special she is to so many people.
Okay.
I agree. She is such a beautiful girl, and it really worries me that something nefarious has happened with these 2 gentlemen, and including the person that was supposed to be her friend. It just doesn't sound like.
Yeah, there's something about that.
Marissa wasn't involved in drugs and prostitution and all of this. Like, she worked a full-time job at Waffle House. She was a good mother. She wasn't involved in those type of things. So, but I think we're seeing a lot more cases coming out with young women that are going missing under suspicious circumstances.
There is 4 3 or 4 light-skinned girls around Marissa's same age that has went missing with over the past few months from the same area.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
There's another young girl that's missing in Greensboro right now.
I've talked to her family because she worked with Marissa. So she knew Marissa too.
Are you serious?
What?
Are you talking about the Harley Davidson lady? Harley Davis?
Yes.
Yes.
You worked with her?
At Waffle House too.
Wow.
And I was told by Marissa's co-worker that Sean did come into Waffle House and ask for Marissa, and he did call, and he called to try to find out what time she was working.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem like a coincidence to me. It
me
seems
neither.
like there's people out there targeting young women.
Oh yes, it is bad. It is really bad. And
I
when
have a lot
people
of-
are saying, yeah, they're going to Greensboro to party, I would say don't do it.
And you know
go.
what? I know it sounds far-fetched as far as who's involved and who's not involved. Let me tell y'all something. I mean, wasn't it the Atlanta police chief that just got arrested for being involved in some sex trafficking? He got arrested, I think, yesterday with like four other girls, with 4 other guys. Yeah, he's the police chief, and he was arrested for running a prostitution ring.
Stop it.
Go look it up.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
So I don't get nothing past nobody. And the way that this call was handled just irritates the hell out of me.
Sally Mae, I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, but it's on my YouTube community wall, and it's also on my Facebook page under Duchess Discussions, the poster. I just reposted it again, so if you want to go over there and download it, if anybody wants to share her missing flyer or print missing flyers, if you're in North Carolina and you can share these around, I know that Sarah would be really thankful. And you do have T-shirts for Marissa also, is that correct? I think I might have a screenshot of one of the T-shirts. Let me go over here and see if I have that uploaded. If not, then I can make sure to share that out, because I told you that I wanted to come by because I wanted to, when I come up there, I want to get a shirt. And here is the shirt right here with Marissa on it, missing. Have you seen her? Where can we, if anybody wants to get a shirt to wear this in support of helping to find Marissa, where can they get a shirt?
And you order it, and you can pick any picture that you want of her, and I think they're like $11 a piece. And I got orange because orange is her favorite color. And I got these because I noticed, and I was just shocked, people just would not really look at the flyer, didn't want to take time to look, wouldn't answer their doors when, I wanted to see if, they could just look through their door cam, anything with her, maybe turn it in. And so I thought, well, if I wear her shirt, they can't not see her face. And it's like a walking flyer.
Exactly. And so, and where is the place again? Tell us one more time.
Loyal, Loyal, royalties, Royaltees.
Okay. Loyal royalties. Okay. I will definitely look that up. And yes, unsupervised maniacs. She says, is there a criminal history with the 2 men? Yes, there is, with both. And the one that was stalking her, that would be Sean. And I'm not sure how to say his last name. It's
me neither.
Ely, I think.
Yeah, it's
Sean
it's a very, yeah, EIL.
I just kept saying Eli because I can't. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Yes.
I kind of.
It is very strange. Now, there was another profile that you sent me that was very interesting. Tell me about Waffle Brown from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and his 27 other identities that you sent me, Facebook pages, that he's also like 20 other people on Facebook. But he made some very disturbing comments on pictures about Marissa, saying, well, that's what you get what you deserve. And just
okay, let me stop. No. Let me stop you right there, Duchess. Hold on.
It's bizarre.
You already know. I don't care what picture she's in. I don't care what she did or did not do. Let's not forget that this is a human. This is somebody's daughter. There is no you deserve any of that.
Yeah, he
Yes,
he made a lot
thank you.
of things. He would put rest in peace on Marissa's picture. He would just it's a lot of just disturbing, disgusting things.
Sounds like he's lacking something in other places and he's just trying to make himself feel better. But we not doing that deserve word. That's what we're not going to do.
No.
It was very disturbing when you sent
Yeah.
me the
I'm glad y'all can
screenshots
point that
of
out to me. Y'all know me.
It's just these strange comments like, well, when you're looking like that, you get what, I don't know. It really bothered me to think that there are just these people out here.
Yeah.
It just seems like that these people might know each other.
And
that they're running in the same
the
circles.
thing that gets me is, wasn't there a female that was telling her boyfriend play by play something about a search? Or do I have that wrong? See, yeah, who does it?
It's the leader of that crazy group, who also has about 10 Facebook profiles, was out in the beginning searching the first few days, and she was on the phone with Jersey, and a member of the Missing Persons Foundation recognized that she was on the phone with him and giving him information, so she was told.
And it wasn't just like, oh, now we're here or anything. It was like detailed, correct?
Yeah, like on video.
Yeah, see, no.
So she was told she couldn't search with us anymore. And at that point, I quit. I cut off all communication. So then she started this crazy group. And it's really like a David Koresh following. They are obsessed with her and believe everything. And they're all threatening me, harassing me. And what bothers me the most is they keep saying, we know who killed Marissa. Marissa's dead. Why are you assuming that? Why are you using those words? She very well could not. But I was told to shut up and go away. I'm not. I will not shut up. I want my daughter home.
Well, from his history and the things that I've heard about him and the other girls and things like that, I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon and say that Marissa's not here. I'm just not, because he is obviously into a certain ring, a certain situation. And I think that Marissa could have either been bait or she could have been baited, either way. But I'm not going to be so sure to jump up and say, because people that are unalived don't make money for people. And that is, I mean, who drives that kind of car? This man don't have a job. He has no income, nothing.
Oh, he's got an income. It's just not on the books.
Right. It's not on the books. Exactly. So I don't know I don't want to sound harsh or anything, but that's what he does. That's the outlook he puts to everybody. And that's what witnesses have said. That is what he does. That's his money. Marissa's a very pretty girl. Like, I don't think for a second that he wouldn't go that route with her. So unless they were there when she became unalive, they needed to shut up.
He said on the text, oh, she's a pretty girl, but she's not my type.
Then why were you stalking her for 3 years?
Explain that.
Yeah, why was she was the only female he followed. He followed Marissa on Facebook, big boats, and bodies of water. It was disturbing.
And here's a really interesting thing. And Sarah, I showed you this. But Duchess, if you go type his name into Google and just comma and put Navy, and let's face it, you guys, Sean's a common name, but that last name, I've never heard that last name before. You're going to find a man of the same color that also was in the Navy, just like Sean's did. First, last name, everything spelled the exact same to a T. And he supposedly got kicked out the Navy too. So how are them two linked together and they're same names? both got kicked out the Navy. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So that
Both
leads
from
me back to, that leads me back to whose identity is he using?
Gosh, there are so many questions.
Yeah, that's why I asked you, Duchess, because see, like here in Arizona, all you need to go in and get an ID is a birth certificate and anything with your Social Security. It can be a W-9, it can be a
that's how it is here.
Yeah. So let's not say that it's impossible, because I can't really find other than the arrest, and that doesn't never seem to stick. Like, who is this, and why, if the police know that this is the last person he's with, and they called him a witness in that news article? They named him a witness. He is the last one to see this woman breathe. How is he a witness?
And, you know, one thought I'd had that Marissa was so adamant about getting her phone. I wonder if he linked her back up with Jersey, and then by then he's threw her phone out. Marissa would have lost it, and maybe, you know, something at that point happened.
But see, now that takes me back too, because that's another part I don't understand. Marissa used his phone to search his Facebook account to find the guy that had took her phone, correct?
Yeah, and he had blocked Marissa. He had blocked her.
Okay, so, but then in the text, he won't give you the name of the person. He says to ask. He don't say ask Marissa. He says ask Marissa's friend. Marissa's friend was not at the EXXON station with Marissa. So how does he know that that's her friend to respond that way?
And also, and I know that he tried to be like the friend that started with the J.
Yeah, so how did he link them two like that? She wasn't there at the gas station with her.
No.
Yeah, because she left her.
Exactly. So how can he say her friend that starts with a J? How do you know that girl?
Yeah, I'm telling you, to me, it seems like they're all connected.
Exactly. I mean, you're not.
If she said she's getting threats, well, maybe they used her to get to Marissa, because she had an inside link because she lived.
I don't think they used her. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't have anything that tells me that. I'm just going straight off gut feeling. I don't think they used her at all. I think she was dead set in on it. She was too quick to pop up and say she was in danger. She still hasn't left. She still posts on Instagram. The girl is going on about everyday life. You do not feel like you're in danger, and hours later you're posting about a party on Instagram. No.
Yeah.
Now, this information that you're telling me that they dropped about that Marissa was killed, and they have all this information, they know what happened. This is in the Facebook group that you've been blocked on, correct?
Yes.
But you did report all of this to the detective. Did he have a response to that?
He just asked me, you know, I sent him the video, and, you know, when I had told him, had he seen the video, or had there been someone that confessed to something, anything I needed to know?
Mm-hmm.
And he said no, he hadn't heard none of that. So I sent him the video that the Rebecca woman made, and it said, I know people talked to me, and a confession has came out, and I've sent everything to the detective, and the detective said that is not true. And I said, well, if she's saying she knows things, you need to speak with her immediately.
No stone needs to be left unturned. But let me tell you, me and Duchess can both tell you, people will come on. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Michelle can tell you, like, they will make up I mean, there was rumors that Tyler was in a boat that he took off to Mexico, all kinds of stuff that they talked. Wasn't there a girl that the police had to go talk to, Duchess, because she said her brother was playing ball with him or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the crazies come out with this when it comes to stuff like this, and it's sad and it's hurtful, and they don't even think twice about it.
Yeah. So V Alexander, thank you so much, V, for being here. V says, but why did Victor post on Facebook that Tasha knows where her body is?
Wait, who's Victor?
Tasha,
Who's Victor?
Tasha was there, says V.
Wait, huh?
Talk to me
Yeah.
about that.
Okay.
Who's Victor?
This Victor is Tasha's baby father. Tasha is our cousin by marriage.
Okay.
But she's not really, holiday. She's not. If you looked on Marissa or my pages, there's no pictures of her. She's not involved with our
She's a
family.
distant.
But
Okay.
she was the one that dropped them off in Greensboro that night, and she dropped them off at the bar and then left and went to do whatever she said.
Wait.
But
She
what
dropped
got
who off? Your daughter?
Marissa and Janaja, yeah. She dropped them off on Florida Street at a little bar.
Okay.
But what got me
How long did it take
is
her to tell you that?
I think it was a few days because she started searching for Marissa. And she had even told the detective that I was too sick and that I was too dumb. And she was the next of kin and to give her all the information. So when I got out of the hospital, I met with the detective and I said, "Oh, absolutely not. No."
Wow.
That's what I'm saying right now. Wow.
V's coming in hot with all the deets. V says they all set it up, Naja and Tasha.
Do you think?
When and Janaja and Tasha were not close at all. She would give her a ride every once in a while.
Okay.
But when Janaja left here, she stayed with Tasha the first 2 weeks, and they were so close. And it was weird. How did y'all get so close out of?
What makes you think that they weren't close before? Just because you haven't seen them together, or?
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of thing. I don't know how to put it, but there's a name for that. There's a name for that because you don't want too many people to have to be questioning. Let me tell you something. If I was going out with Duchess to kill somebody, I'm not going to let you see me hanging out with Duchess before that because I don't want you to be able to go question Duchess about the type of person I am, let something slip up. That's how they do things like that when it's setups. You're not going to catch me hanging out with somebody that I'm going to go do dirt with. No.
Yeah. So I don't know if the detective has, gotten her alibi confirmed, or I just know he's questioned 12 people, and he's questioned a few of them several times.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
That is very good to know. But I do not like the fact that they just nonchalantly asked the chief or the hour guy, whatever he was, sergeant for that shift that night, why, for his response of why it took so long. And the dude lies and he passes back that lie without checking into that. So I don't trust him either.
So AJ, tell us what the recording is that you have for us on the screen that we need to listen to.
So the Miss Sara had mentioned or asked about why did it take so long to get to this 25-year-old woman who is calling at 3:30 in the morning for help. Does she mention her phone on the call? Yes. But she's not saying nothing about reporting no phone stolen. That's not, she's saying she don't know where she's at. Well, the dispatcher dispatched the audio dispatch to the sergeant or whoever was in charge of the shift and said the address and that it's a welfare check. But how when it came back to Miss Sara and myself, when I called, it was said that they don't prioritize stolen phones as an emergency. But when you hear this audio, the dispatcher never even mentions the damn cell phone. Not once. So what if it was called in as a welfare check. They used the cell phone to sit there as an excuse of what took them so long. But the man says 1022 that call and don't put it in the notes. Why you don't want it in the notes? It's a call.
Because 1022 means dismiss. Everything checks out. Everything's good. That's what
Exactly.
1022
And
is.
they
Yeah.
had not even been there yet.
Right.
Yet they
Right.
tell Miss Sarah and myself that is what took so long is because it was a report of a stolen. Somebody needed to make a report of a stolen cell phone. She never says nothing about making no report, and the dispatcher don't mention the phone. She says welfare check, and he instantly says 1022 that call and don't put it in the notes. So I don't trust them either.
Right. And unsupervised maniacs, we did talk about this in the very beginning when Miss Sarah came on, that she was supposed to be working third shift at the Waffle House. And her friend, Janaja, that lived with her, asked her to skip out on work and to go to the club. And so she didn't tell her mom that that was what she was going to do. And apparently Tasha, who is married into the family, drove her and Janaja down to Florida Street and dropped them off. And they went to Club 117, which is the old heaven down in downtown Greensboro, and then made their way back to an Airbnb in which this gentleman that we spoke of earlier, Sean, and his friend Jersey, were apparently seen in different places that evening where Marissa and Janaja were at, including, I guess, where the club is, where the Airbnb is, and also at the EXXON station.
And
So,
the same officer that dispatched over saying that he was there with 8 drunk girls never mentions anything about a guy. He's telling some other guy on the radio what's going on. It's the same voice. Who are these 8 girls? Minus Marissa that still leaves 7. Who are they? They didn't see Sean leave after her? How come the police didn't mention Sean being there? Because it's a setup. None of that's going to be mentioned.
all right, well, play us this recording and walk us through this because I have not heard this.
One, 1016. Sarah at 801 East Market Street. For I believe the call notes. You can 1022 PD for now, unless it's an emergency situation.
She said welfare check, so what does he mean it's not an emergency situation?
And at that time, Greensboro was just busy. There was sure to be a cop around that area.
And you can all go to broadcastify.com and pull up the whole night. You're going to hear the Airbnb call. If Duchess, if you want to, because it doesn't cost me anything. I don't care. It's nothing that can happen to it. I'll leave my username and password, and anybody who wants to log in and listen to the calls can, because it's crazy. They talk about they're there and they name the address of the Airbnb. They talk about the 8 girls. They talk about sending that one to the Market Street, and he just, 1022 unless it's an emergency. How's a welfare check not an emergency? Better yet, why did you tell the mom it was about a cell phone when she didn't mention a cell phone? Because y'all waited an hour.
That's a good question.
They could have helped that girl.
Yeah,
She
they could have been there.
She didn't know where she was. You could tell by her voice she was scared. She might have been a little mad about her phone too, but she was scared. She kept saying she don't know where she's at.
Yeah. I think she was shocked that somebody that had invited her to the 2 to 6, and I had sent you the screenshot where he said, "You're gonna come to me." Marissa never went to the 2 to 6, so she really thought like she was just gonna sit there and drink a little bit and then come home. And I think
she's
she was
25
shocked.
years old. There's nothing wrong with having a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
That's what she wants
Yes,
to
I
do.
think she was really shocked that he took off with her phone and just left her there. And I believe if they had been arguing or there had been something going on, she wouldn't have been as shocked. So I'm thinking this came out of nowhere. and completely threw her off. Like,
I feel like she had no clue that's what he was about to do.
yeah, no. Because if she was going to get out of the car, if there was a problem, she would have been fine, but she would have had her phone and she would have
Right.
gotten home. And sitting at when she left the club her phone died, I was told, at 1:47 in the morning. Sitting in his car at the Airbnb, because they didn't get out and go in. Sitting in his car, her phone was charging. So he knew she was going to be able to use
Wait. I'm sorry. Back up. They didn't what?
when she was they didn't get out of the car at the Airbnb.
Okay.
So while they're sitting there, she was charging her phone in his car. So he knew she was going to be able to contact somebody soon. And I think, that's why he came up with go to the EXXON and tell her to get out and, grab something and take off with her phone. That's why I think
a better way than to set up a text or missed call to you to make it that, well, because then he's going to be like, well, of course I didn't do anything to her. Why would I let her use my phone if I was going to do something to her?
Yeah.
It's all a setup.
You kind of got to put your mind in maybe what the criminal would do. So the way I knew her phone had been charged in his car is the FBI pinged it off a tower. So her phone didn't die once it was threw out until around 4 o'clock on the 14th.
Well, hello, Red True Crime. Red True Crime says, what about the fact that Jersey and Sean are not suspects per the detective? Is that what the detective told you, Red True Crime? Sarah, do you want to comment on this?
Yeah, the detective told me when I had a meeting with him that he had not given Rebecca from Red True Crime any information, and he told me he is still in communication with Jersey and Sean.
Okay, wait a second. We can all nip that in the bud right now because they're not issuing warrants for people's phone records and financials if they're not suspects. So we can just click that. That don't even make any sense. I don't like the fact that they call them a witness in the news article.
If they weren't considered suspects, or if they weren't still conducting an investigation, the police should just come out publicly and say that they aren't suspects. But until that happens, I will wait on law enforcement to tell me that they're not suspects. But thank you for being here, Red True Crime. I understand that you're local in this area also. And, we just want to stick to the facts and keep out the misinformation because that's not going to help bring Marissa home. We've got to stay focused on, doing that. So,
and most of the ones on here already know me. Like, I don't care if the police think the Duchess, the police don't think a lot of people are suspects, but that don't mean they're not a suspect.
It's very possible. So,
yeah, their goal is to not put out there so much so that people, will keep talking. Because once you know you're a suspect, you're not going to want to talk.
Exactly.
Right.
Thank
you for being here. Okay, Tanisha. Okay, Tanisha says, what about the fact that Marissa had taken child support out on her baby daddy and she disappeared 2 days before that hearing was scheduled in court? That's not monetary motive at all.
What?
He's financially good. He doesn't.
Yeah,
he's not going to hurt
me and Sarah, I was talking to Sarah about that. Don't he have the kids?
He is on the process of getting them.
Yeah, so
I'm sure law enforcement has spoken to him as well, too, Sarah. Isn't that true?
That's not unlikely because people have done it. So, it's not
crazy.
But
law enforcement has spoke to him, correct, Sarah? Also?
Yeah. And he's doing his own searches. And, I've never seen him in 8 years be upset the way how hurt he is now. He still loves Marissa. They had a toxic relationship at times, but that's the mother of his kids. So when
And
he
that's
has
not
to go,
what the EXXON with.
I understand that, okay, Tanisha. Yeah, I've seen a lot of court records here lately, and none of these people look good in my eyes at this moment. But we have to let law enforcement do their investigation. But if these are the last two guys that Marissa was seen with, I mean, I don't know if he has ties to this Sean and this Jersey money bag. But they don't sound like, very trustworthy characters either.
No.
And the
And
fact
Miss
that
Sarah, I
Sean's been
told you
stalking her
earlier,
for 3 years, I feel like,
that's crazy.
that's kind of concerning, because if he's really out there in the streets doing what he's doing, that means that there could be other people, other women at risk.
Right.
As long as because if he's responsible for something and he's still free, then other women that are in this area are still at risk also. So I do hope law enforcement is doing all they can to investigate. And, once we get off this live stream, Sarah, if you want to send me your phone number, I told you that we'd connect when I come to the area. I'll send that to Arctic, and maybe he can put you in connection with his PI friend, and maybe he'll be
Okay.
able to help you out. Because I know that right now it's kind of tight for you, because you've got your health issues and things going on. And this is just a lot of extra stuff on your shoulders. I know it's hard to be able to afford to do all of those things.
Yeah.
And
I just want
let's
to.
not outplay it. Like Miss Sarah, I told you earlier, to me, everybody is a suspect until they're not, period. I don't care who they are. But this is the
Yeah.
person who she texted and said, begging, please just let my daughter go. And he didn't even respond saying, ma'am, I don't have your daughter. He responds saying something about, I feel your position. Who the hell responds like that?
Yeah, those texts were just, I mean, unreal.
I'd be like, look, lady, even if I felt I had to be mean, I'd be like, look, lady, I already told you. But I'm not going to respond saying, look, I feel your position. I have a mom. And yeah, I bet her phone had a lot of pictures of her daughters in it. Like, who does that? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Kim, I'm happy to kind of walk it back for you if I can.
And I'd recently learned from a coworker about him calling and coming to her job. I didn't know about that until recently.
Wow.
Okay, Tanisha has a question. She said, you spoke on Smoke and Marissa having a toxic relationship. Care to extrapolate on that? You don't have to if you don't want to, Sarah. It's totally up to you.
They
V says he has child abuse charges here.
there was domestic. There
okay.
was and they split several times over 8 years. And then they were just like magnets back together. And they had a lot of really good times, but the last year I hadn't spoke to him because I wasn't happy with the way he was treating her, and we just now started to speak because we're in this, trying to find Marissa and trying to make sure the kids are good.
And you guys, we all have to remember that Marissa's not around, and those kids are the only attachment that Miss Sarah has to her daughter who is missing. So no matter, you have to let bygones be bygones. Like, you have to, if she can have any type of connection with those kids.
Yeah, because right now I'm just getting video chats and, sending birthday presents, and I'll be at their school graduation ceremonies, things like that is what I'm getting right now.
Yeah, so even if it was some type of toxicity that's way off the charts, which it very well could have been, it's just, speaking on it right now is just not going to help the situation with the relationship with the children, because right now he's the dad and he's got the power.
V, why do you feel like Sarah's trying to protect him? I haven't really gotten that indication that she's protecting anything.
Me neither.
No,
Is she
I don't live
scared he's going to
in his
kick
house.
her out of his house?
I don't live in his house. I live in High Point. He lives in Greensboro.
Well, there's your answer, V. I hope that helps. So, and I just ask you guys, please try to be kind in the chat, because I'm not going to have you guys attacking Sarah on the panel. I mean, she's got enough going on, and her kid is
Right.
missing.
These are some of the people from the group.
Oh, the one you're blocked from. How
Okay,
convenient.
let me ask you something, Miss Sarah. Have you ever lived in his house? I mean, I
Never.
lived with my daughter and her husband for about 4 months, so there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm just asking. Never.
He actually
So that's
he
just
actually
some
would be at my house.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I've
that's
never
just
been
some
to
more
his house,
Facebook made up
but
stuff,
about
right? Okay.
yeah.
I'm glad you spoke on that, Duchess. Yeah, we're not.
Well, I
gonna do
appreciate you clarifying that. I hope that clarifies things, V, because it sounds like you don't have the correct information. So,
Nope,
I hope that-
I've talked to her, video, everything, and I've never seen her, no guy around like that. So I don't know where that's coming from.
Yes, Tiff, there are cameras at the EXXON station, and there's actually, they did, I think her phone was thrown, and the FBI was able to get a ping near that. This picture right here was actually taken of her pocketbook inside the EXXON station, and this purse was never found. And they've been on searches, and I think that Sarah's hoping to coordinate some future searches because they would like to still look in those areas to see if they can find any of the belongings. Sarah says she knows everything that Marissa carried in her purse. And this is actually listed on her NamUs profile. So this picture actually came from the EXXON station the night that all of this transpired, which is near A&T University on East Market Street, 807 East Market Street in Greensboro, North Carolina.
809.
So, and no witnesses of her leaving the gas station that I'm aware of, Arctic Fox said, and that's what my understanding is also.
Right. I think when the officer showed up there, the worker was still inside, and he was just like, "Oh, she left," and that was
And that was it. Yeah, he didn't say like that she left with anybody. There was no specific information. So, was there anything else on that dispatch call that we needed to finish hearing that was of any merit?
No, I mean earlier on they talk about the Airbnb. I don't have that on this one. I just had the 1022 because I just thought that was the craziest thing. Because the detective was just so confident that that was the reason that it took them so long. No, because that's not what was dispatched.
And I had no idea about the 1022 on the call.
Nope, I told her yesterday.
And that led to, wow, from the very beginning, the ball was dropped from the very beginning.
Absolutely. And it's exactly how Duchess said, 1022 means dismissed. It's taken care of. Was taken care of. You didn't even go of it. You hadn't even been there yet.
Yeah. They didn't take it serious. And obviously it was very serious.
But that's the problem. This has happened how many times? I mean, Duchess, I know this is what you do on a daily. And that's why I have so much respect for you. How many times have you ran across cases where they don't take it serious until something's happened?
It's happened more than once. I hate to say it. There's some really great law enforcement agencies out there that have done an excellent job on getting cases resolved. And then we have law enforcement agencies that it just seems like there's no movement in the case, that it's a case that's gone cold. And you have to just wonder, like, why is there no movement in the case? And I've had many families reach out to me and say, I can't get law enforcement to talk to me. I need to give DNA to NamUs. And, I've tried to reach out. I can't get anybody to contact me back. That's how Shay and I got involved with, just trying to get Tyler's missing persons report. They didn't even want to make a missing persons report.
Nope, sure didn't.
So
And then
I had
when
to
you
kind of
call
walk
the
her through
detective,
that, get him on NamUs. Like, they didn't want to do any of that. It was
and then
really
when
sad.
you call the detective about giving the DNA, what did he say? Oh, so is this some type of swab or something we do? Like, they didn't even know what the heck they were supposed to do.
You know why? Because DNR doesn't coordinate missing persons cases. That should have went to SLED automatically.
Yep.
And look how long it took us to get the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division to take over. Time wasted. A whole investigation where a person missing in the water, like there's a time frame when you have search and rescue teams out there. There was a person that was spotted that they didn't go out and retrieve what they found on sonar. No, they called the search and then wouldn't let anybody dive on it. There is protocols for a reason. And no, law enforcement's not always going to tell us what's going on because they got to keep some things close
Absolutely
to the
not.
vest.
If y'all think that the feds only got the information from that tower where her phone was found, yeah, y'all don't know how this works then, because I guarantee you they got her information and whoever they think she was with, and they're going to put that together. And Duchess, you've seen what investigative phone records look like, and it's not easy.
Yeah, it's a lot, and it's a lot to go through.
A lot. But
And that's why it's
don't
really
think the feds are
important.
going to sit on it.
You don't feel like you're getting the answers, Sarah. Like it's good to reach out to these other agencies that can possibly assist you with getting the answers that you deserve. I know there's other creators that may be able to help push this case out for you, to try to help you get answers. But I just don't feel like people attacking you for just trying to get answers to find your missing daughter. I don't think she went missing of her own volition.
Absolutely not. That's one of the first things I was thinking about. Well, she's got 5, but then I go and I see all the pictures and everything. No, she didn't just walk away.
I did just want to point this out. I see that, okay, Tanisha, I'm sure you're still listening, but I saw that you went back and retracted all of your messages that you put in the chat. But don't worry, because I already took pictures of my StreamYard of all of your messages in case I need them. So I just wanted to let you know that I know so that you know. Okay. Have a good night.
That's just on it, boy.
I just, I never know why people are doing what they're doing. So in the event, I just don't want anybody coming over here to attack you, V. It's just, this has been a lot. And I mean, who knew that these people were going to be from these other groups? Hey, Chris Thorns, thank you so much for being here.
It all comes down to the same thing, Duchess. This is a person. This is a living, breathing, or at least we pray, person. This is somebody.
Sarah's daughter and
mother.
She's missing her child. And
whatever it is that you feel like you thinking or whatever, if you know it's disrespectful, keep it to yourself or take it to your little groups or whatever. But come on, man, this woman's hurting enough. Like let's keep it real. Let's be human.
Yeah, that's to distract, and they're not going to distract me. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to stop looking for my daughter. They're just lucky it's not one of their kids, because then maybe they may understand a little.
Thank you, Amethyst Moon. Sarah's she has got her own battle that's going on, and now she has to try to find answers for her grandchildren about what happened to their mom. And I just don't feel like that it's justified for people just to come in and just
and it's not. And I love you to death, because I'm telling you, you're nice about it. Me, I'm just choosing to just because you know me, I'm just not. Yeah, and I'm surprised Michelle is just like not. Yeah, because we're not nice like Duchess.
I'm
leave
just,
the lady
I'm just
alone.
keeping
Come
it
on,
100.
guys.
I mean,
Have
a lot
respect.
of these cases that I cover, it just feels like everybody just kind of, listen, I know everybody wants answers, but if you're out there protecting somebody who's out here hurting women,
Because they're
I'm
darn
gonna
sure
side
not
eye
going
you.
to
I'm
protect
probably
you.
gonna side eye you just a little bit. Because this is not my first missing case. Like I still have women that I have a beautiful biracial lady who has been missing here for 2 years. They still have not found her. And, her kids watched their dad put her in the trunk of a car after dragging her by her hair, and she's been missing ever since. And they finally did arrest him and his brother, but they've never found her yet. And can you imagine what that did to the kids? And do you know that the same thing happened in that case too? But law enforcement isn't doing anything. Law enforcement didn't even investigate this and let this guy go after his first interview because he had them convinced he wasn't involved. But it turns out he was involved.
Oh,
He
but
was
let
highly
me
involved. He set her car on fire and they found it 3 counties away.
let me make this clear as well. Now that the FBI has been called in, even if it was just to do that one task of pinging her phone, make no mistake about it. This is not going to be, if you know something, this is your time, because this is not going to be no accessory after the fact. This is going to be a conspiracy charge that you get wrapped up on. And conspiracy can carry more time than the crime itself. So make sure you think about what you're doing, because they probably wouldn't do it for you.
Yeah, and if you are here to support, if you're a friend, like come in peace. Like nobody has to. And listen, if she had a toxic relationship with her children's father, like I understand that. I'm a domestic violence survivor. I understand what that's like, and I still have to deal with him. My son is 30.
But that don't mean that
I mean, I don't have to. We're not together. You know what I'm saying? Like I left a long, long, long time ago, like when he was 3. But he's still my child's father, and it's just the way that it is. I mean, and people don't, just because you're guilty of something doesn't mean that he's involved in this. Just because there has been other times where there's things that have happened, that's why it's important to let law enforcement do their job, because it's their job to ask all of these questions and to research into that. But if you have information or you think you know something, I encourage you, don't go to YouTube, don't call me, don't send me an email, don't go out to a Facebook group and report your tip. Call the police department and get it out there. Report anonymously if you don't want anybody to know what it is, because they're the people who's going to solve this case. And that's what we are doing this live stream for, is because we want to encourage, if there are women out there that know about what happened to Marissa that night, if you know something, like, there is a way to leave an anonymous tip, and you would be doing this mother justice if you would just please come forward and just say what you know. You don't even have to give your name. You can actually go online and leave an anonymous tip. You can call the police department and tell them you want to remain anonymous. You can call Crime Stoppers and remain anonymous. Please do this for her mother and her children.
Yeah, if you live in this area, be careful, because there's other girls, we just spoke about that, same skin tone, same prettiness, it's all the same pattern. Be careful, because you might be next. So if you know something, handle it now.
Yeah,
jumping on this lady is not going to do nobody no good, and it darn sure is not going to bring Marissa home.
Thank you for being here, Chris. If you would share this out or possibly cover Marissa on your channel, I would be really grateful. I know that Sarah would be really grateful. We need to keep getting her information out there.
Yes, that's one of my biggest fears, is that it's gonna, go cold, and people are, gonna forget about her and stop. So I'm reaching out to every outlet in any way to just keep her name, her face, because somebody listening is may know somebody that knows somebody that knows something.
That's right.
You're right.
And you might not think that what you know, it may seem like it's nothing to you, but if you think that it matters, go ahead and make the call, because it might actually be something of importance.
Do we have a picture of his car, Duchess? Do you? I don't. Do you?
I don't.
We need to get that.
I don't. Was there anything else on that dispatch call that you had pulled up that we needed to hear?
No,
Okay.
It was just that clip. But I will get you. I'll find a picture of his car and I'll get that to you. Duchess.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I know when I asked you about doing this, you didn't
And
hesitate.
this is her NamUs profile. I encourage you guys to go over there and click on the link so you can find out information. And I did tell Sarah that she needed to email the regional manager on the NamUs profile, and she is going to reach out to them because they have not collected DNA in the event that her daughter is located. 131 days have passed. So, if there's a situation that she's found, it's always important just to go ahead and have your DNA on file just in case, because they are so backed up right now. I have another mother who is waiting for a DNA match to be made on some remains that were located in North Carolina. And right now it's looking at like it's going to be at a year. And that was 3 months ago. It took 16 months to get them to collect DNA because the police department did not want to coordinate with NamUs. So I always try to give you the resources to know what to do, because the sooner that you get those things started, it's because the waiting period is so long on that. So just in case it's ever needed, you will already have that out of the way. But I'm hoping that there's going to be answers and somebody will come forward with information that can help bring her home, and hopefully she'll be safe and she can come home where she belongs. Because I know her children must miss her so very much.
Yes, and it's limited. The information that they can get is limited, and we're trying to keep my oldest granddaughter off of YouTube because she's seeing a lot of crazy things on there, and even psychics, predictions, and things like that. And we don't want her exposed to that sort of stuff. I'm putting my phone on there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they have a mugshot photo on her NamUs.
Duchess, get out of my head, because I told Sarah yesterday, I texted her, I said, that.
Tim just said that, and I didn't really want to bring it up because it really irritated me.
Me too. I told her yesterday, get it changed.
And you should definitely tell the regional manager that you want to have that changed immediately, because that is wrong.
That it was mugshot. That mugshot was from when a girl was making fun of her disabled son. So she went over there and knocked her out.
It is what it is, but get it changed.
She's very protective of her children.
Yes, and if she has a child that is special needs, and I wouldn't put up with that. And he is a cutie pie. He is such a cutie pie. And she asked me to show these pictures. She asked me to share these pictures. She wants you guys to see that these, and you can see here on the left, he's such a sweet little boy.
So cute.
He doesn't have any arms, y'all. He was born without arms.
Yeah, he has skeletal dysplasia.
Yes.
So he's 5 now, and he's just being able to take a few steps at a time, and he is so determined.
This little boy needs his mama.
I know that's right.
So if you have a channel and you're willing to talk about this case, I'm sure Miss Sarah would be willing to come up and talk to you. If you are willing to share Marissa's face and her flyer, I will send you all of these pictures. Message me. I will email you because Sarah asked me to share the pictures of her family because this is what matters to her. This and this is her other daughter here. And she's younger than Marissa. She wants to know where her sister is. These babies need their mama. And that's why this case, as soon as she reached out to me and AJ told me that she was talking to her, I said, I will absolutely do whatever I can and share out this information. I mean, she is such a pretty woman. And when you described her as about her kindness, she's always putting other people first, doing for other people.
Yeah. She's very nurturing. She's very caring. She's rough around the edges. She's a take no shit kind of girl. Excuse my language. But she's the kindest heart. I mean, you know, and I had told you about how when we go by a graveyard, she would say a little prayer. If
Yes.
ambulances or a funeral procession was going, she would pull over and say a little prayer. She would never tell a homeless person no. She would give them a sandwich and a drink or a couple of dollars. She just cared about people. And she was the happiest when she's acting goofy with her kids. She would get downright just goofy with them. And
That's
my house
because
was
she's
just
been with my
so quiet and it's just so dead right now. It's just quiet. It's nothing. There's no life in my house. Just me and, you know, Emma and her dad.
My heart goes out to you, Sarah, and thank you, Tiffany Marie, for being willing to talk about this case. She said that she will help. She said Sunday or Monday. Please ask her if she is able. I will put her on either day if you want to come up on her channel. She has a huge platform, and I know she would be more than happy to share this case out. You deserve all the help that you can get. And I just don't want you to be attacked, you know.
No, and people need to think about the fact that, like, okay, this lady's, you know, saying that she'll help. Like, when you do that, when you come on these platforms and you do that, whether it's intentional or unintentional, it's a disrespect to Miss Duchess. It's a disrespect to any other creator that is handling the case. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. That's all there is to it. Like, just let it be.
What's been the biggest problem I have found is that there's so much drama and all this Marissa did this or I did that, all this fabrications. It's not helping.
But who cares? That's not going to help find. Exactly. Who cares? Y'all could have gotten to an argument the night before. It doesn't change that that's your daughter, and it doesn't change that you're the mother, and it doesn't change that she needs to be found. All the rest is for y'all to work out.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. I really do appreciate that. And I will definitely come over there and watch because I'll be packing up to go home to my mom's. And we'll get together, Sarah, whenever I get home. You know, we'll exchange phone numbers. And because I do want to be able to come out there and, you know, when you guys search, I'm happy to help however I can. And I'll make some phone calls. I know a couple of search and rescue people to see if I can get some people coordinated because I know that you're not physically able to get out there. You know, with this weather being so hot and humid in the Carolinas, you know, I don't want you to get out there and overdo it.
Yeah,
you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah. And that's what I hear Marissa saying in the back, you know, Mom, go sit down. But I did get out there really hard the first week. I love you too. And I wound up in the hospital with pneumonia. The first week she was missing. And I just if I'm in the hospital, I'm not.
You're not helping her.
Oh, she's froze again.
Yeah.
Might be her internet, because I think they're getting some storms in North Carolina.
We're about to too. I'm about to go scorpion hunting, Duchess.
Well, Nonsense, I'm going to have to send you her channel. Somebody dropped Nonsense's link in the chat. She's been torching scorpions, and apparently it's caused a whole frantic thing on YouTube because she's been taking the torch to the scorpions at her pool or something.
You can do that?
I don't know. I plead the fifth. That's all I know.
They're so bad that your people in Arizona are getting paid for the ones they bring in. I was like, no,
I
I'm not
am
doing
so
all that.
glad I do not live where there are scorpions. I don't think I could handle it. We have enough problems out here in the Carolinas. We don't need scorpions. Elizabeth, if you could pass out flyers in Charlotte, that would be great, because that's not far from Greensboro. That's not far from Greensboro at all. You know, and Marissa's favorite color is orange. And that is why she ordered the orange t-shirt, and I'm going to have her to type me the link on her Facebook. I think she said it was Loyal Royalties that has these shirts. And you can actually pick out the picture of Marissa that you want on the t-shirt, and they will print it for you. And that's where you can purchase it, from Loyal Royalties, Tees.
Yes.
And she got orange because orange is Marissa's favorite color. So I told her I wanted to make sure that I got a t-shirt so that I could be a walking billboard for Marissa. So, yeah, I would torch the scorpions too. I'm telling you. Arctic says, if anyone in the North Carolina area and needs help with the cost of printing flyers, reach out to me and I'll donate for the flyers. You are so amazing, Arctic. Thank you so much. I'm taking a little bit of a sabbatical break because my father is not doing well. So I'm going to be away for a little bit. But when I come back, I will definitely see if we can possibly get maybe a billboard going, if we can print some flyers. And of course, when I come there, I will be more than happy to help you do some searching. We'll hang up some flyers. You know, sometimes you got to get boots on the ground. And if you're in my neck of the woods where I can, you know, be able to help you like that, then I'm more than happy to do that, Sarah. And you're right up by where my family lives. So I don't have a link for the t-shirts, Elizabeth. I'll have to go find them after this live stream, but I will share it on my YouTube community wall and on my Facebook page as soon as Sarah and I get off the live stream and we coordinate some of that. Thank you. I appreciate your prayers for my family. Thank you, Victoria and TM. They are needed so badly. My father's getting dementia, and it's been a lot. So I've really got to go home and take care of my real life family before I come back to focus on these cases. So I'm taking a little bit of a break from doing billboards and things like that. But I did want to make sure that I got this information out for Sarah, because I'm going to be going up to her area so that, you know, maybe I can be able to meet with her in person and, you know, see what I can do hands-on while I'm there in her area.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and
maybe we can set up a meeting with the detective, and you may know more, you know, things to ask him. So maybe
he's willing to talk to me and you. I'm happy to go with you, whatever you need me to do, because I know this has got to be hard to bear the weight of all of these things on your shoulders and to not have answers.
I did not realize
not having answers would be the end of me. I every time the phone rings, you're trying to see, especially if it's a number you don't know, you're trying to figure out. You're thinking, is that I couldn't do that. I don't know how you
Yeah. Or you know, the police showing up at my house under false reports. I automatically went into a panic, thinking they were coming to get me to go, you know, identify or something, and you know, that just sent me into a panic, thinking, God, you know, they want me to come and there's something I need to see, and luckily it wasn't. It was a prank call sort of thing, I guess, what's going on. But
Wow.
they don't understand. The police come to my house. At this point,
It's a whole
I
new
automatically think, yeah, automatically go to like, oh no, this can't be good. Something's, they found something, or, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you can see, there are actually really good creators out there that care. Duchess, Arctic, I mean, there's so many of them. Like, there are people that just genuinely care.
And if you're ever not sure, you can always ask one of us.
Definitely.
Because there's people out here that, may just spread lies and misinformation. And obviously, you've already had a run-in with a couple of those people. And I'm sorry that you have had to deal with that extra stress. And I just hate that for you. And you're not going to get that over here. We're not going to allow that.
Yeah, the detective said to stay off the internet, and this is just like a TV show for them. And
that bothers me when they say that, because they said that same thing to somebody else we know. It bothers me because of course you're going to be on the internet. Your child is missing, and you're trying to collect any clue where anybody slips up. That's just not a really sensible thing. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
My investigating and.
Now, Sarah, what's the best way? Oh, I think we might have lost your sound again. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
I got a quick question. How can Tiffany reach out to you to coordinate you doing a live stream with her next week, like on Monday?
Messenger.
On Facebook?
If she can, yes.
Okay. I'll see if she's on Facebook, and if she is, then I can send her the link. I'll email the link to your Facebook, and she can message you over there. Tim, I'll wait for you to respond. You can let me know, or you can possibly send me your email. You can email me, and I can let you coordinate with her via email. If you have an email, is that a better way to get with you?
My other daughter may know my email. I had one set up, I know, but I don't know how to use it, or I've never ever used my email.
Okay.
Yeah, my
Tim,
daughter just
let
said,
me know. You do? Okay.
Email.
Okay. Tim, I'll send you her Facebook page. I'll email you that, and that way you can coordinate with her over there. And I really appreciate you doing that. Please continue to share out Marissa's information. I encourage you guys to go over there and join the Facebook group, Bring Marissa Carmichael Home. Like I said, there is another Facebook group out there. You can join at your own free will. I can't promise that if they've seen your name in this YouTube live that they're going to let you in if it's the same on Facebook. Therefore, I haven't joined because I'm sure they will block me straight away. Especially since Red True Crime came over here. I'm sure she's still listening in the bushes. But apparently she has also attacked you. Is that true, Sarah?
Oh, yeah. She just made a video for my daughter, Emma, that said, Emma Viegas, you're going to hell. Who says that about an 18-year-old girl?
Never look
not
down
about
on someone unless you're helping them up.
Did y'all get that? I just wanted to make sure. That channel, by the way, is Red True Crime. Now, I think she only has like 100 and some subscribers, but she came in earlier to make some, I don't know, some weird, awkward statement, but I'm sure she's in the bushes listening. And apparently she came out of this Facebook group where you're blocked. Is that correct?
Yeah, all of our family, anybody that knew Marissa, anybody that may try to take
even be
involved
involved
that they
in
killed
something
Marissa,
like that.
and yeah.
Okay, well, I'm looking at her YouTube page right now. She's got 60 videos up. She created her channel in January of 2024, and she has
Yep.
135 subscribers.
She has what?
So,
And
She has
every
what, Becky?
video,
I encourage you guys
Marissa.
to go over there and check out what's on her channel, because it might be a pop-up surprise. Probably some misinformation, possibly some harassment of this family. I don't know. I haven't been over to check this channel out, but I would encourage
Yeah,
I think
you
I'm gonna have to
to
go
check it
visit two channels. I'm gonna go visit that other one too. Though.
out. I just want to
Stick up.
give Red True Crime a heads up, though. There are people that watch.
Deleted. Any supportive comments are always deleted.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to let Red True Crime know and give them a heads up that there are people in this community that call out tragedy pimps, and also people who put out misinformation and attack families. You don't want to find yourself on that list, Red True Crime. So I would just, I would just kind of reel it back in. I'm just saying, because you should just conduct yourself in a manner that is respectful.
Especially if you're
want
trying to
cover
build a
cases.
channel.
Don't make a channel to attack the family,
Right.
and say things like that Sean and Jersey are innocent because the detective told you, knowing that the mother of the missing person said that the detective told her that they're not speaking to you.
Yeah, and I've got it in my phone. He told me. I've given her no information. She
If
was.
you're trying to build a channel, you're going about it the wrong way. That's all I'm gonna say. You're going about it the wrong way.
Hey, Ert, I knew you were here, darling. Thank you for being here.
I've never seen Duchess. I've never seen Arctic Fox. I've never seen none of these creators just go and start attacking somebody. I don't understand. I can't.
Let me get that Facebook group for you. Let me go grab it over here. Blythe, can you grab that Facebook group for me out of Discord for Marissa's group and drop it for me? Hey, JC, thank you for being here. You can download the flyer if you want to from my Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, it's on my Facebook page. You can just save it. And it's also on my YouTube community wall. I don't have a link to
don't live in like the North Carolina, South Carolina. Like I printed out some of the flyers because we have to keep the mindset that this is possibly some type of track, and maybe he doesn't have her right there in that area. Print them out.
That's true. That's exactly right.
Maybe
I've hung up flyers down here and passed them out in South Carolina for Marissa, because I feel like in Myrtle Beach there's a lot of trafficking that goes through here. And this is tourist season. I mean, it's Memorial Day weekend. We have over 19 million people every year that come and visit Myrtle Beach. That's a lot of people that come from all over the world to come to my little place, which is way too. I don't be peopling, y'all. I don't be peopling out.
That's what I'm saying. I'd have a heart attack. Can you get me around 3? And I'm
No, no, ma'am. I stay in my house because it's not safe.
Yeah.
Exactly, Tim. Why are the detectives speaking to some lady who was not family and discussing the family with this person? See,
say it louder. Say it louder.
Because she was claiming to have solid information and locations just to meet with the detective, and then the detective told me during our meeting, and in text, that he did not give her any information on the case. She was claiming to have information, but she was really just fishing.
Okay, but wait a minute. Isn't that some type of crime, like impeding an investigation or something? Like, what the hell?
And now they're saying that there's a confession. She's saying she has a confession, but she's not saying who said what or who's in, she. So I don't take anything she says seriously. Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Ert. Alert, Ert. TM cannot see you. They see you around, but they can't see you in here. So I just wanted to give you an alert. You travel a lot? and you'll definitely be printing out some. Thank you. That means
Thank
so
you.
much to me. It really takes a community. Like, I'm just here to lend my voice, to give Sarah a voice, to share the information that she wants to get out here. But you guys are the real heroes, because printing those flyers or sharing them on your social media sites gets it in front of people that might not be subbed to my channel, that might not ever see this live stream. That's why I encourage you guys to like this stream, to get Marissa Carmichael's name into the algorithm, so more people will see the information that's coming directly from her mother, that she wants
Yes.
to be out there. She wants people to know that there's people that are involved that were last seen with Marissa. They do have a criminal record, and there's a lot of questions. I mean, I couldn't upload all of the screenshots. I have so many, but explain to me why the name of this phone is the bitch ass kidnapper.
Oh yeah, I need to know that one too. I seen that.
Emma did that. My other daughter did that.
Bless her heart.
Right?
My goodness. This set of screenshots right here, this is you. There's something that you'd sent to the detective. These screenshots right here with this guy. Who are you texting at this number?
Sean.
That's Sean. Yeah, that's his
Well,
now number.
Sean Ely, yeah.
so he says here that this is, what is the address where he's giving you on West Market Street? That is at the whole other end of Greensboro.
It was
Yeah,
a
it was
gas
a
station.
yeah, it wasn't his house.
Well, Duchess can talk with you about that one, because she made a good point earlier when we were talking about
I'm going to be checking into all of these addresses. I'm going to be making
because Duchess came
several
across
notes.
that. Yeah.
Because this is my dad's family from Greensboro. I'm very familiar with West Market Street. So I'm thinking about the distance. We're not talking about this is just a couple blocks away.
Is that like a mall area or anything? Because when I
No.
pulled it up on the map, it looked kind of just like to itself.
Yeah, we're talking about I'm going to have to go back over here. We'll have to go pull it back up on Google Maps. 6930 West Market Street. Hang on. Let me see if I can go back over here and get my Google Maps back up. Google Earth. Now, when I press buttons, sometimes we go to the moon. So let's hope it doesn't happen right now. Because it's just been that kind of week, y'all. Okay, tell me what the address is again on that screenshot. Can you see it? Do I have it up on the screen? Yes, 6930. Okay, let me get it. 6930. Now, East Market, that's down by A&T University. Okay, here we go. So West Market Street. Oh my, yeah, it is all the way across town, y'all. And it is at a Sheets. So I'm going to share my screen.
Where he was telling me I could go pick her up at.
What the?
I responded with, that's a Sheets. She was
So
not
how did
at
she
no.
get all the way from one end to the that doesn't even make sense to me. Okay, look.
At one point, he was saying she walked to the store. So there's no way she walked unless she was at his house and she walked to the Sheets from his house. But that was just one of several stories that he told us. That was just one of several.
So this is out near 40. Okay, and 421, because this is out near the Piedmont Triad International Airport. Okay. Let me take you all the way back over to where she was at. Down here by A&T University. Let's see, the EXXON was right. This is get right in here. Here's the EXXON right here. This is it. That's the EXXON. She's all the way over here.
I'm gonna
Now I
take
want
a
you to
quick.
look basically where
I'll
the
be-
museum is over here. We're talking about out here by A&T, all the way. She's all the way taken, all the way to Market, all the way out here. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, to
Yeah,
drive all the way out there, that's we're talking about having to drive through town. This is no short drive, I promise you.
So if it ain't a short drive, then it certainly ain't a short walk.
yeah, and in the winter without a
No,
coat.
and you can see
He
how
specifically said that she
I-40
walked to the
runs
store.
parallel kind of with it, you know. Well, she didn't walk all the way down West Market from the EXXON station either. I mean, look at all this you got to go through.
That's crazy.
I mean, we're talking quite a bit of ways to get up there. I mean, that does not make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, it does.
And when she's going out to Piedmont Triad Airport, this is why this matters. So she starts out over here and she's going west. Here's the problem with that. The problem with that is when you take this out here, look down here. Here's High Point all the way down here. This is where she lives. So you see how when she's all the way, like, how did she end up all the way up here?
Wasn't there a text from him that tried to say that she lived somewhere else in some other town, and Miss Sarah said no?
That she was from up north. She's never been up north. We have no family up north. Just the address to the sheets was just the first of many inconsistencies and lies. And I knew he was lying. I just felt it. But then after he talked to the detective, and the detective said, "Hey, send me the timestamps on all the screenshots," and it didn't match with what he had told the detective.
Oh. Wow.
I guess he thought maybe
wow.
I had a feeling, and from the beginning, I started my own case, and I just started screenshotting and saving.
You wouldn't even have contact with him if it not been for the fact that he either supposedly let her use his phone, or did he dial on purpose to make it seem that way? He's going to dig his own grave. He'll slip sooner or later.
And I had also thought, Marissa.
So is this the Cumberland Park place right here?
Yeah, right. You can see the EXXON. You could walk. So he's saying she has family there. If she had family, she would have just walked over there. We don't know anybody in there.
See,
wait. Okay, now I'm
this
confused.
Is the
when did he say
this is the EXXON, and here is the apartment complex. He said he had to drive her over here. But why wouldn't she have just walked from the gas station to here? Why you got to drive from this place to right here?
Does he admit that she left the gas station with him?
Explain that to me.
It's on video. He was in the store next to her when she made the 911 call, and she left.
He tried to lie about it or whatever.
Yeah, she got in the car. It's on video, and part of me is thinking, because Marissa, it's the EXXON is maybe 2 blocks from the Airbnb.
Wow.
And part of me is wondering, because Marissa was expecting that he was going to bring her home, because she said to my house on the 911 call when he asked if she needed a ride. And then, after riding around with him, and then at 6 a.m, she calls my phone, and I just wonder if she had called
to be right in here. Then this Airbnb would have to be right in this section, right?
Yeah, it's 444 Gorrell Street, Gorrell. And I feel like Marissa calling me off his number might have had a feeling and left me with somewhere to start with looking for her.
Oh, it was
That's
on
what.
this side. It was on the opposite side. Okay, let's check it out.
That's what yeah, that's it.
Interesting.
The very first apartment building, the very first when you, it's the one they were in.
Right here? Okay.
Yep, that the brick, the very first one. Yeah.
Let's switch this back up here. Okay. Huh.
The 3 places she was at that night that's known were all within a few mile radius.
So, how long were they at the Airbnb? Do you have any information about that? I mean, they left the club and went to the Airbnb after the club?
Yeah. They probably pulled up at the Airbnb shortly after 2, and then she made the 911 call at 3:48. So they were in his car about, I would say, less than 2 hours at the Airbnb. And that's because they left because the police pulled up because another lady at the party that was actually inside called 911.
Hold off on that thought, because I'll send you some stuff. I'm not so sure about that. But I need to make sure first. But I don't think the lady called 911. I think that somebody, being a little sister of the female officer, it wasn't just a party goer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from my understanding.
Oh,
And
wow.
and the female officer even radios over that she can't leave because her sister is drunk. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know. Yeah, I just thought it was a party goer. I didn't know that it was
Well, I guess you would
somebody.
consider that a party goer, but it's what I
Yeah.
want to clarify and find
Interesting.
out is what bothered her to make her
Okay,
call
Artie.
her police officer sister.
Yeah. Wow.
TM says, has anyone requested the call from that party to hear that call by chance? That may be helpful.
You mean the
I did
FOIA?
hear. I did get to hear
You
it,
did?
but I don't have it.
I'll get
And
it,
which,
Duchess.
You get it?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay. Now we do have we have a 911 call. I don't think, were you in here when we played the 911 call, Tim? I'll play it again so you can hear that. And then AJ has a dispatch call. And you know, that I think it's really interesting just to because Sarah doesn't think that her daughter sounded, you know, quite like herself when she made that 911 call. So let's listen to that first 911 call just one more time. Let me share my screen. Now make sure to let me know if you can hear it or not.
Guilford Metro 911. What's the address of your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I needed to contact to the non-emergency number.
It comes into the same center. I can try to help you while I have you on the phone, and I can give you the
Okay,
number for
yes.
future
I
use.
I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff throughout the car. He took off with my phone. I have no clue where I'm at. I have no numbers, nothing.
Are you at a business?
I am at a store, yes. I'm at a Synergy.
Are you at an EXXON?
Is
It
this
looks like you're at
EXXON?
801 East Market.
Okay, it's an EXXON, yes.
Okay, what's your name? Are you hurt and needed an ambulance?
No, I'm not. But I mean, like, he told me to come into the store and grab some shit and, like, took off on me. And I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Greensboro. He took my phone. I don't have my.
I think, Tim, that is the guy at the store that's yelling in the background, talking. But we also think that another voice on there is Sean. Isn't that correct, Sarah?
Yes, what the detective is saying by the video, that it is Sean. And he's got to talk to the attorneys, and I will at some point. Yeah.
Yes, back to my house.
Yeah, she said back to my
All right,
house.
what are you wearing so officers can identify you
No,
when
he
they
took
get
my
there?
shit. You said what?
What are you wearing so officers can identify you when they get there?
I'm wearing some blue jeans and a white shirt with some yellow sneakers. That's not going to help my problem, though, ma'am. I'm stuck all the way in Greensboro, and I don't know where I'm at.
Okay, you just told me you're at an EXXON.
That kind of irritated me a little bit because
Yeah, me
just
too.
like you're at an Exxon doesn't mean you know where you're at.
Yeah, Marissa.
Well, I don't
I
even
can
think
help.
that's the way that she was saying it. I think the woman like interpreted it completely different.
Yeah.
I agree.
Wasn't
I
listening to
agree
her.
with that.
Yeah, Marissa's irritated because she says yes, but I can tell that's her frustrated. Her attitude, like, you're not listening to what I'm saying, you're not getting what I'm trying to tell you.
Which
And
to
she
me,
called from the Exxon
really
phone.
matters.
She didn't use somebody else's cell phone, correct?
Right.
That call, according to
Yeah.
detectives, came from
Okay.
the Exxon store itself. It did not come from a borrowed cell phone. And that's correct?
Yes, my phone
Okay.
is not charging, and it's on 1%, and I've got it hooked, and I'm not understanding. If it cuts off, I will try to get my other daughter's phone and get on through her phone if it cuts off.
Okay. And if not, then we can always continue at another time if we need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
didn't want
do, Duchess. I do. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to get going because I'm
Okay.
the ride for the boys to go with these scorpions. What? Yeah.
Go do your scorpion thing. Yeah, the Synergy is, I think it's something that's on the gas station thing for Exxon. So I think that's what that is. V says, V, if someone wanted to kidnap you, why would they allow you to use their phone? I don't think the Exxon gas station person was trying to kidnap her. That's the phone
But
that
you
was.
know what? That's a good point. But that goes back to the thing I was saying earlier, Duchess. It's the whole thing of throwing somebody off. But you would think that somebody calling from the actual store phone would have made them show up quicker.
And the number that he let Marissa call is not his real number. The number that he let Marissa was a Takes Now number.
When I did the free carrier lookup, that it come back to bandwidth or whatever it's called, which is Text Now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. StreamYard does suck up the battery for sure. thank you both for being here tonight. I know that Sarah's phone's going to
much.
die. AJ got to go kill some
Yep,
scorpions.
I'm going to do scorpions.
I'm going to continue to share this flyer out. Sarah, just message me on Messenger, share your phone number with me. I'll exchange mine with you. And then we'll get together. And then I will also send your Facebook link over to TM via email. And that way she can be able to contact you on Facebook.
Okay.
And you guys can do another live stream to get more information out. Is there anything that you want to wrap up with? She may have already. She may freeze. Are you freezing?
She
Her
might
phone
be.
might go. Her
Yeah,
phone
it
might
might
go.
Duchess, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I really do.
Yes, absolutely. So
laugh
her
and-
phone's probably died. So I'm just gonna let her go ahead and go because we've been up here for a couple of hours and I really appreciate her giving us all the information. So if you see Marissa's flyer, I think I'm gonna try to make her an updated flyer. I'm just trying to consider, you know, these were the last two people that she was known to be seen with, Jersey and Sean. I hope that law enforcement is just continuing to look into, investigate all tips that are coming in. And if you happen to know Marissa or know anything about what happened the night of January the 14th or the morning of, because this all took place, I guess between 1 and 3, something in the morning, please don't hesitate to reach out and call Crime Stoppers. I mean, you can stay anonymous. You can report a tip online at p3tips.com. You can also call the Greensboro Police Department and speak to the detective because any tip that you give might be able to help find Marissa and she might be safe and she might be able to come back home to her mom and her kids who really need her. So please circulate this flyer. She was last seen on January 14th of 2024 in Greensboro, Guilford County, North Carolina at the EXXON at 809 East Market Street in Greensboro. She is 25 years old. She is a biracial female. She has black and blonde braids. She has brown hair. She's 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs 260 pounds. And according to her family, Marissa went to the gas station after she left a nightclub. She called into work, didn't tell her mom. She skipped work and went to a nightclub with her friend, Naja. Apparently, Tanisha drove them, dropped them off on Florida Street. They went to a club. They went to an Airbnb on Gorell Street and then ended up at the EXXON, in which she called from the EXXON to 911 saying, I've been robbed and I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff thrown out of the car. He took off with my phone and I have no clue where I'm at. She has a heart tattoo on her face, and she has a butterfly near her eye. And she was last seen wearing a white Tweety Bird t-shirt, blue jeans, and yellow sneakers. And this purse was with her at the EXXON station. If you have any information at all, it may not seem like it is much, but it could be a valuable tip to law enforcement that can help them find out exactly what happened to Marissa because her mother and her children deserve answers. And that's really all we're here for, is to get the truth and to help this family find answers because her mom deserves it and so do her kids. So thank you, AJ, for being here. And thank you for all of your help and talking to Sarah and helping us find the answers to this. And thank you for all the creators that are willing to cover Marissa and share out her information. I really appreciate you guys so much. So AJ, take care. Have fun with your scorpions.
Thank you.
And just stay in touch with me and we'll catch up soon.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good night. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, TM, for being willing to share this case out for Sarah. Okay, I will send that link to you. And thank you, Arctic Fox, for volunteering. I will send you her information so you can get in touch with her and have your guy to reach out to her for help with a PI. I know that's going to really mean a lot to her. And please keep her in your prayers. Sarah's got health issues, and this is just an extra thing that is really, she said she's trying to be strong and trying to do everything that she can to bring her daughter home safely. And she's trying to stay hopeful for her grandkids. So we just want to keep the factual information out. And we're just wanting to encourage law enforcement and anybody in the community of Greensboro, North Carolina, or if you've seen Marissa Carmichael anywhere across the United States, please, please, please reach out and call the number on the flyer. It means so much. And don't forget to put orange hearts in the chat for Marissa. I know it would mean so much if she was out there and she could see it. Yeah, but she didn't, V. The detective said that her main call came from the EXXON station. Now, did she use Sean's phone? I don't know. I have a text now number that she used. But I appreciate you being here. And when did she use Sean's phone? That's all that I have. So, but I hope you have a good night, V. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like button and share this out. Yeah, we've seen V in here. Yeah, that's what the mom told me. And I've got the text messages where that's why she texted Sean. But I don't have any of that. So if you have something you want to send me, you can hit me up at duchessforthemissing@gmail.com. Arctic, if you could drop my email for me, that would be great. We can get Nightbot to do it. Just shoot it to me. Show me the proof. Because that's what I need. And then make sure that you send it to law enforcement too. Because I'm sure that her mom would like to see that. Yeah, I did see. I know about the text now number and all of that. So, but if you have anything that you want to send me, I encourage you to also send it to law enforcement if you think there's something that has information. So, no, you don't what, V? I'm sure you have, and so have I. That's why I have the mom on my channel. So, and I'm from that area originally. So I know people in that area. I just want to help this mom find Marissa. So if you have information and you want to send it out, please do. Please do, because we would like to see it. But it would be great if law enforcement could see it too. Because I know that everything the mom gets, she sends to law enforcement. And that's what we're encouraging people to do. So. Tim says, V, after Marissa's call to law enforcement, she went missing. May I ask how you know whose phone she used, if you don't mind? And then V says, do you have Facebook? I don't know if Tim talks to people via Facebook, V, but you can send me a message if you want to. I'm on Duchess, under Duchess Discussions. You can feel free to reach out to me, or you can send me an email if you want to. Because I would have to see the receipts for that to know. Because I still do have a lot of questions in this case. But I just want to find answers for this mom. Because she doesn't know what's going on. And she's not protecting anybody. She just wants to find her daughter. So if you guys know something, I encourage you to call law enforcement and send it out to them. Because that's what they're waiting on, is for tips to come in. And that's what's needed. Because there's too many women out here going missing under nefarious circumstances. And that's why it takes a community of us standing up and standing together. Because it matters. So I've got to jump off here. I need to go eat my dinner that's been waiting for me. My husband cooked dinner for me while I was live. That was so sweet of him. But I do appreciate you guys joining me for this case. Please go join the Facebook group. And please be respectful to the family. You know, they just want to find answers. If it was your missing loved one, we'd want to help you find your missing loved one too. Because the world is a cruel place out here. You know, and people deserve to get justice. They deserve to get answers, especially her kids, you know. And if you don't want to be helpful, then just log off the internet. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful night. And make sure you share this live stream out. And share Marissa's poster out. Because there's way too many people out here missing. Adults and kids. Somebody goes missing every 40 seconds across the United States. There was over 600,000 people missing last year. Not everybody gets to come home safe. Crime is at an all-time high. So you guys stay safe out there. Take care. Bye, y'all.